Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Listen, it's my birthday. And though I'm not doing anything, outrageous, I thought let's sit down and play makeups and hang out. I really enjoy hanging out with you. I like chatting with you in the comments section. So I decided this is what I was going to do. So I put on a full glam and I'm going to now go empty the dishwasher and do a little laundry. But if you want to see how I got this look and just listen to me yammer a little bit, stick around, we're going to get into it. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, now's a great time to do that. I upload several videos every week, lots of nonsense, some actual good stuff. And if you click on the little bell and choose all, YouTube will notify you when I upload a new video, and you can choose to watch it or not. It's totally up to you, no pressure. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me. All right, that's enough yammering. I'm about to have a very naked face. Brace yourself. All right, here we go. I am full on just playing. I'm getting ready for an imaginary New Year's Eve / my birthday party. So I'm gonna go in with my Smoke Show palette, which is all black, gray, and silver. I don't love a gray smoky eye on me. On other people, I think it's lovely. So I'm also gonna use my Tarte Maynard palette for the browns. I think the best way to get a really nice kind of glam, smoky black eye is to get down a really nice base of browns. So it's kind of monotonous and maybe a bit of a pain, but I think it makes it worth it in the end. So I'm gonna go in with this shade right here called Saucy, and then I will deepen it up with this shade called Midnight. This is such a fantastic palette. So I thought I would just yammer a bit. I don't know how much yammering I will end up doing, but my intention is to yammer and play makeups. So I was thinking, if I were actually going out, I would want to like hang out with my friends and get ready together. And that's you. Sorry. You signed up for it. So, yeah, and I was thinking like, when I was kind of in that in-between stage this morning, between awake and asleep, but more awake. And I was thinking back to like New Year's Eves when I was young. And I remember my parents going out and, my dad was wearing a suit, which is something he did not do. And my mom was wearing this beautiful, at the time, mid-80s, green dress, and they were all fancy, and we had a babysitter, and it was just interesting. And I've been out once on my birthday in the evening, which again, New Year's Eve, if you're going out, you gotta be a certain kind of person wanting to party or just kind of be fabulous. So the one time I did go out was with Mike and our friends, The Rocks. We went out for dinner and it was crazy. Like there were tons and tons of people, and I don't know, I thought it was cool. Like, do I love crowds? No, but who does, But to be able to go out into the world, on a night like New Year's Eve, I just think would be so fun. I do sometimes imagine if I were that kind of person, it would be a really good time. So that's what we're doing today. We're pretending I have the kind of life that would allow me to get all gussied up and go out on a New Year's Eve. The reality, so not that cool, but we're pretending. Again, similarly to Christmas. And where I live, there is nothing ever, like there's just literally nothing around. Mike's been kind of on me about what I want to do for my birthday, and I just don't know. It's never been an option really before. You know, of course, my friends have thrown little parties for me and we've hung out at my house or, you know, their house or something. But actually, my 30th birthday, can I just say my 30th birthday? Probably one of the best birthdays ever. My sister is 16 months younger than me, so we're very close in age. And she threw me like a super glam 30th birthday party. We all had on like beautiful, unsurprisingly, the theme was black and silver. Black and silver dresses. She decorated my house and everything was just like you would imagine a New Year's Eve party being, like a really, I mean, glamorous for us. We're not particularly glamorous people. So, but it was so, so cool. And in a perfect world, I think that that would be a super fun thing to do. I'm gonna go into the shade Purr and just blend that along the edge of both of those. I think it would be so fun to throw like a super fancy New Year's Eve party. Maybe someday, and for now, we'll just pretend. So I'm just putting that dark brown all over the outer part of my eye because I'm gonna go with black and then I wanna do silver on the inner part. So far it's pretty easy. Let's try the black in the tar palette. So what are your plans for New Year's Eve? Do you normally do something? Do you live somewhere where there's fabulous fun things going on? Let's chat in the comment section because I can guarantee you I'm going to be home doing nothing. I've always felt it was a little strange having a birthday on New Year's Eve. You know, everybody has plans, everyone's doing something, so trying to get a group of people together for a birthday party isn't as easy as one might think. But this is coming together really nicely. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I definitely made my eyebrows a bit bigger because I wanted to do a bigger, more dramatic eye look. So I just used my NYX like marker brow thingy. I think that's looking pretty darn good. I just cleaned off my brush on my handy dandy little towel. And I'm just gonna make sure it's really nice and blended. Also, worth noting, Dallas got his hazmat endorsement today, so he is full on. He is ready to drive an oil truck. So that's pretty exciting. All right, let's go into the silver from the smoke show. They've renamed it Blowing Smoke, and I'm gonna use the silver shade. This is probably the best silver I have ever used, ever. This is better than the Tasha Nona one. This is fantastic. And I don't think I even have to wet it. That's amazing. I'm not gonna drag it over too far because I wanna be able to blend it into the black. Well, that amped that up quite a bit, didn't it? I really have to try not to do a red lip too. Every time I do a kind of black and silver, I want to do a bold red lip. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with this. It's not clean, but I did brush it off, and I'm just going to some of the black into the silver and the silver into the black. I'm using a really light hand because I don't want to get it too wild and crazy. Look at that. This goes to show you, you do not have to be a professional or even very good at makeup to do something full on, because I am a regular girl who can do regular makeup, mostly pretty good. And this looks very, very fancy. Well, I think I need to, because of course my eyes are not the same shape. Nobody's are. It's okay. Just have to tweak the eyeshadow a little bit. What do we think? I really like it so far. Okay, now I'm going to use this little angle liner brush, and I'm going to go into the black from the Tarte palette. And because I'm 45, my eyelids are very, very wrinkly, like very. I've had old lady skin my whole life. So I like to use an eyeshadow and just pat it close to my lash line. Helps give the illusion of fuller lashes and gives me a place to put the false lashes, because of course I'm going to go with false lashes. This look just says false lashes to me. But then again, I kind of love false lashes, so there's that. So same thing on this eye. I really just kind of like stamp it. My mom used to tell me when I was little that I've always had wrinkly skin, and when I was a baby, she asked the doctor why. Like, I didn't know old lady hands were a thing because I've always had them. So like, if you see older famous people, they a lot of times will wear gloves of some kind because you can't really get a lift on your hand skin. And I didn't know it was a thing because that's what my hands have always looked like. And she said the doctor told her, well, her father's an old man, right? My father was in his 40s when I was born. So, I mean, he already had a son who was like a year younger than my mom. So, yeah, I don't think that's true. But I've always had old lady skin and my eyelids are real bad. So, I don't use liquid liner. It looks really not good in the wrinkles of my eyelids. So eyeshadow it is. Because I'm going full on black, I'm going to use my LA Girl Ultimate Intense Auto Eyeliner in the shade Ultimate Black. I'm going to line my waterline, both top and bottom, with this. I always line my upper waterline with this black. Sometimes I'll do brown, because you don't really want any kind of nude skin, especially if you're doing a full-on look like this. You would see like a skin tone space, and that just doesn't look quite right. And same with the lower lash line. Even work it in between my eyelashes a little bit. Now I imagine if I had been even a little bit careful, I wouldn't have that much to clean up, but I wasn't. So let's just take off the shadow shields. I think that's my favorite thing about this, is that I also cannot do wing liner. Again, not talented at all, but doing the shadow shields kind of gives me a fake wing liner effect. So let's whack on some mascara. My go-to is the Bye Bye Panda Eyes, especially if I'm going to wear false lashes. This does not give me mascara confetti under my eyes. It doesn't do a lot other than blacken my lashes, but if I'm going to wear false lashes, that's really all I need. So this is my go-to. Never lets me down. A lot of mascaras will flake and end up under my eyes, giving me mascara confetti. This does not, and this doesn't smudge on my lower lash line, like on my lower lashes when I wear it. And a lot of mascaras will just kind of transfer down under my eyes, which not a cute look. And this is only a few dollars. I've given it to like everybody I know. This is such a good mascara. It doesn't give you volume. It doesn't give you length. It just blackens your lashes. But sometimes that's all you need. I think while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to take the same liner brush and the black and just wiggle it in between my lashes on my lower lash line. I don't want to risk getting any kind of black fallout once my base is on. So I think I'm going to do this part now. And then I can blend it out with the browns after I get my base on. I just want it to be as seamless as I can. Let me clean up under my eyes. I'm looking kind of crazy. And then I'll come back and I'll show you the lashes. For lashes, I decided to grab out my NJC Glamour set, and I think I'm going to go in with these ones right here, the second row. I think those could work. So I'm going to ever so carefully take them off of the plastic, cut them down to fit my eye, attach them, and then I'll come right back. Okay, lashes are on. I went for a bit more full on. A lot of times I'll cut my lashes down to like half or 2/3 and just do the outer portion of my eye. But because this look is so dramatic, I wanted a bit more lash. So I did that, and then I put on some of my Too Faced Lip Injection Lip Plumper. And you can see it's already kind of working. I only put it on the center of my top lip and my bottom lip, and it's already much pinker in the center. It's a bit of a painful lip plumper, but I kind of like it. All right, so now I assume we would want this makeup to last all night long, like till midnight, because that's when all the shenanigans start getting going. So I'm gonna go with my Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Balm Powder thingy. I pretty much use this every day anyway, because I'm an oily girl. So I'm going to press it into the spots where I get the most oil production. I have tried applying this balm all kinds of ways. I tried with my fingers. I tried with a brush, different brushes, a regular like foundation applicator sponge, and for me this way works the best. I like how it ends up looking with this application. So I just like to push it in. I did get another shade of this. Look how much pan is gone. This is my second one. My summer shade I used all the way up. I've been using this one, and I got a lighter shade. I really wanted shade 3, but I couldn't get it. So I went with shade 1, and that took about a month to come in. So I probably could have just waited for shade 3, but I can use shade 1 and just add a bit extra bronzer or a foundation powder, and it works just fine. So that's on. I'm going to, again, because we want this to last for as long as possible, I'm going to use my Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation. I love this stuff. I think it is so good. It is light to medium coverage. I will spot conceal. I forgot my thingy. Like my discoloration, because I'm going like glam. I want it to be pretty darn flawless, or you know, as flawless as one can get when one is turning 45. I gotta say, I was very freaked out about turning 40. That definitely did a number on me, but 45 doesn't feel, I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. My bestest friend, She-Rock, Jess, she's going to be 40 this year, and she's really not looking forward to it. And I don't know how to help her, because 40 was really hard for me. 40 felt like It's gonna sound crazy, but it felt like when people looked at me, they could see what I saw when I looked at my mom. And that wasn't necessarily a good thing towards the end there. 40 was tough for me. I think I'm gonna like 45. I've just decided. It can't be as bad as 40. So She-Rock, if you're watching this, it gets better. Trying not to get any of that lip plumper on my foundation brush. That could seriously suck. I don't love figuring out how to go around my brows. All right, that's all the foundation. I do love this foundation so much. I just think it looks so good. It looks like skin. It doesn't look like I'm wearing a bunch of product on my face. It's my favorite. I'm gonna go in with this KVD Good Apple Concealer. This was a fave for quite a while, and I still really like it. I'm going to use this everywhere except my under eyes. So look at my lips. That's crazy. If you weren't sure if it worked or not, it does. I like to do my smile lines because when you add brightness, it brings a thing forward, and darkness brings it back. And because these are pretty deep lines, if I add light to it, it brings it forward, which is a good. If you're wondering why I haven't done my inner corner under eye yet, it's because I almost always end up with concealer on my lashes, and I don't know how to get it off without wrecking my under eye and my lash. So I've been waiting to do my inner corner when I'm wearing lashes until last. And very carefully blend that out. If you make a mistake on this, like on the eyeshadow application, you can clean it up with concealer. But I much prefer to use the shadow shields or butterscotch tape. All right, now I'm gonna go back in with my foundation brush because I'm looking pretty crazy. Look at that. All right, I am leaving. Well, look at all the concealer in my hair. Lovely. Good. This is fun. Okay. It's real life. It really happens like that. So I'm just going to dab over my sunspots. I know it's still looking crazy, but trust the process. The longer it sits, the more opaque it becomes, and that's a good. All right, now I'm gonna go with my e.l.f. Incognito concealer on the inner portion of my under eyes. Already looking better. I'm just gently pressing it in. Again, how many times can I say I'm 45? My under eyes are not 20 anymore, so just gotta be a little careful. You can still do all the things, you just have to adjust how you do them. And a lot of this is the stuff I do on the everyday, just maybe not as heavy-handed or as extreme. I have been known to take Jackson to the park wearing this eyeshadow and a bright red lip. I just like makeup. I like playing with it. I like wearing it. It's just fun. And hey, if it comes out looking good, all the better. I think we're doing all right so far. Before I go in and powder, I am going to take a damp beauty blender, like I do, and just pat over everything. This will kind of absorb any excess product. If I put on too much, it'll help push it in so it looks, you know, as natural as it can when you're wearing this much makeup. But really, I mean, even in the mirror, it still looks pretty okay. Not like I'm wearing a mask, so yay! Unsurprisingly, my powder of choice is going to be the NJC. This is such a great powder. So, on my little Amazon poof, the pink one was too. It's just a heart-shaped puff I got off Amazon. Going to, again, press this into the areas where I get the most oil production. So good. Most powders will do the whole, like, you know, mattifying thing and make your pores look good. It's not just this powder, but this powder is very darn good. I'm going to use my giant fluffy brush with a little bit of powder and just apply that to the rest of my face. I've been getting a bit more dry now that winter is in full swing and the heat's cranking all the time. So just gotta be a little more careful. I do want to make sure my under eyes are not creasing. And then without adding any more product to the puff, I'm just gonna tap under. There we go, powdered. Okay, let's finish up the under eye. I'm gonna use this little smudger brush and I'm gonna go in with Midnight, which was that darker brown shade. And I'm gonna run that just under the black. And then we'll go in with Purr, which was that lightest shade. Okay, now I think we're going to contour. Again, I pretty much always contour. So do the lower lip and the Cupid's bow. Just gonna bake bigger lips because I don't have any kind of, you know, lip filler or anything. We'll just use contour. Same thing for my cheeks. I know some people go like, you know, suck in their cheeks and do all the things, but unless you're gonna walk around like that, you should do your makeup the way your face looks normally. So that's what I do. If you were ever curious why I don't suck in my cheeks to find my cheekbones, I wouldn't walk around like that. Could you imagine? All the time? You can't even talk like that. What the heck is wrong with people? All right, I am gonna fake a little less chins with the contour. Nothing dramatic, just a little. For bronzer, I'm gonna go with the L'Oreal Infallible. This is just such a fantastic bronzer. I cannot get over how much I like this. It blends so nicely. I mean, look at that. It's so pretty. I keep saying I should get a lighter shade for you know, the winter time, but I think if I just be a little bit careful, which, okay, not something I'm inclined to do on the reg, but I could maybe try. I could just keep using this one. I've been just trying to like figure stuff out for my channel, and I went through and wrote down all the palettes I'd used for Throwback Thursday videos. Going back and watching last year, you could see where it was like winter time, and then we went on the cruise and I was so tan. Wow. I'm gonna miss not cruising this year. Our friends are going, but we just cannot. Mike's job doesn't permit it anymore. All right. Not too shabby. Now for blush, hear me out. I know I normally like clown makeup blush, and I do, and I'm totally fine doing that, but I was thinking maybe I would just use this MAC Melba. This is such a pretty, surprising blush, so I think I'm gonna use that today. I got this in an AIA beauty box thingy, and I really don't have any MAC products, but I just thought that was so pretty. Again, not clown blush, but I think there's a time and a place for a beautiful, subtle blush, and I think this is that time and place. So I'm just gonna I do like it on the tip of my nose. I know a lot of people bring it over the bridge of their nose. I'm not one of those people. I have rosacea. My nose is always red. I could just be naked face and have like that cold girl aesthetic. It's not cute. I don't know what these kids are thinking, but I like the blush. How old do I sound? These crazy kids on their TikToks with their red faces. Get a grip, Janice. Before I go over and buff with a finishing powder, I'm going to put my little moles back on. I can't really cover them up. I suppose I could if I piled on enough makeup, but I don't hate them. So I figure let's just make them look intentional. I think it's fine. And then if I had a giant zit or something, I could totally do the same thing and no one would ever know. Just kidding. Of course you would know, but that's okay. It's makeup. It's just for fun. I'm not really trying to pull one over on anybody. So we're going to go with my Do Our Powder No Powder. I just heard that they have discontinued this. That seems like a bad idea to me. This is such a nice finishing powder. It's not like sheeny, because I wouldn't be able to use it if it was, but it does have a bit of something that gives you a natural kind of finish. So it's not completely matte, but like I said, it's not sheeny. It's just so nice. It's a beautiful finishing powder. I don't know what Dior's thinking. They're probably just gonna mess it up. Now for highlight, I'm going to double up on highlight today. Hear me out. I think it's gonna work. I'm gonna use my Hourglass Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Luminous Light. So I was thinking this would be really pretty, kind of like all over where I would normally highlight, you know, like that. Really pretty, really subtle, which is fine. Again, if you have a massive, dramatic eye look, maybe you want subtle. And I think it's really, really pretty. So we're gonna go with that. And let me just get my yip. Otherwise that contour looks really crazy. And a little on my the edges of my Cupid's bow. I don't know what that area is called. You'd think I would Google it. Lost a brush hair. Okay, and then I thought we could go in with the Pat McGrath and Bridgerton Divine Glow highlighter. This one is a bit more, you know, in your face, kind of sparkly, but I thought it would be cute kind of on top of the hourglass, just like the highest point. What do we think? Is there any difference? You can lie to me and say there is. I'm totally fine with that. I just feel like being a bit extra. And why not? It's my birthday and New Year's Eve. So I think a bit extra is absolutely okay. I'm gonna use this one as my inner corner highlight. Nothing too wild and crazy. Just a little. Let's do some lower lash mascara. Same Bye Bye Panda Eyes. Gonna go in with a little bit of my Patrick Ta brow gel. And my brows are looking pretty crazy. I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I kind of wanted bigger brows for this eye look. And I think I accomplished that. This is a very, very good brow gel. Just a clear. But it works really well. I think the last thing I had to do is a lip. So I grabbed out my LA Girl lip liner in the shade Keep It Spicy. I have a Girl Lactic Beauty lipstick in Sahara. And then for the center of my lip, I grabbed out this Natasha Denona All Natural. So I'm going to whack this on, fix my hairs, zoom you out, and we can wrap this video up. All right, there we go. That's the look, done and dusted. This was fun. I'm really glad that I decided to do this. I just like playing with makeup and hanging out with you and chatting with you in the comment section. And, you know, it's just fun. So this is how I decided to spend my birthday. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me. Let me know down below what you're doing for New Year's Eve / my birthday. Whatever it is, I hope that you are being safe and smart. And I will see you next year. Be good and remember to be kind to you.